Welcome back to Courtroom Chronicles, where real-life legal battles reveal just how messy justice can get. Today's case? A fiery landlord-tenant showdown that spirals from unpaid rent to accusations of fraud and deceit. Meet Lisa Kozlowski, a landlord demanding $3,000 in overdue rent, and James Robinson, a tenant refusing to pay until his home's repairs are fixed. What begins as a rent dispute soon becomes a question of truth, evidence, and accountability. Who's right? The frustrated landlord who wants her money, or the tenant who says he's tired of living in disrepair? Stick around. The judge's ruling might surprise
When are you planning to pay me my rent?
Look, Lisa, I'll pay you the rent when you fix the repairs. That's it.
Well, then I'll see you in court.
Going to court would be a great idea. Hopefully a judge could expose you for the fraud that you truly are.
You think the judge is going to side with a thug like you?
Court is in session.
I told Mrs. Kozlowski that I'm not going to be paying the rent until she fixes all the problems that need to be fixed.
Your Honor, this guy is a thug. Just look at him. So who are you going to believe, him or me?
And just like that, we see the core of this conflict: emotion versus obligation. Lisa wants her money, and fast. James wants fairness and livable conditions. In landlord-tenant law, this exact situation plays out thousands of times a year. Here's the legal twist. Tenants can withhold rent in many jurisdictions, but only when repairs involve basic habitability, things like heat, plumbing, or safety. But they must prove they gave proper notice and time to fix it. So far, it sounds like Lisa's temper might cost her more than 2 months' rent. But let's see if James can back up his claims.
Hello, James?
Hi, Lisa.
James, I'm standing in front of your apartment, but I guess you're not home?
No, I'm not home right now. I'm actually at work. Actually on my lunch break right now. How can I help you?
Well, we're at the beginning of the month, and I still haven't received your rent payment. When are you planning to pay me my rent?
Well, I would love to pay you, but as you know, I've been waiting for some repairs for months now.
Repairs? What are you talking about?
Come on now, Lisa. You know damn well what I'm talking about. My stove hasn't worked since last summer, and now for the past few weeks there's been a leak in the house, and you haven't done anything about it.
All right, I'll get around to it. When are you going to pay your rent?
Get around to it? You've been saying that for months now.
Whatever. I'll get around to it, all right? Are you going to pay me my rent or what?
I'll pay you the rent when you do the fixing that you need to do, okay? And I'm standing firm on that right now, okay?
Standing firm? Look, Buster, I'll sue you for every penny you've got, you hear me?
Yeah, well, if that's what you want to do, then go ahead. But I know that I am in my full right in not paying you until you do the fixing that you need to do.
I'll see you in court, you jerk.
In court? Why would we go to court when you could just simply fix the things that you need to fix and I'll pay you the rent?
This is your last warning. Are you going to pay me or not?
Look, Lisa, I'll pay you the rent when you fix the repairs. That's it.
Well, then I'll see you in court. And you know what? I'm going to tell everybody what a deadbeat renter you are. You'll never be able to rent another place in this town.
You know what? Now that I think about it, going to court would be a great idea. Hopefully a judge could expose you for the fraud that you truly are.
Oh, you are so naive. You think the judge is going to side with a thug like you over me? You are pathetic.
You know what? I gotta go back to work, okay? Goodbye, Mrs. Kozlowski.
Oh! Well, you're going to pay for this, you jerk.
And there it is. The personal insult, the emotional blow-up. When disputes leave the property and enter the courtroom, it's usually because both sides stopped communicating. Lisa threatens to destroy James's reputation, but that could easily backfire in court. Judges don't reward intimidation or emotional outbursts. They care about documentation. James, on the other hand, stands firm and references specific repairs. If he's got receipts or messages, that's golden evidence. The next few minutes are critical, because once they step into court, truth becomes more valuable than rent money.
Unbelievable.
Court is in session. Okay, Mrs. Kozlowski, you are suing your renter, Mr. Robinson, for $3,000 plus interest, which is the equivalent of 2 months' rent, plus you want to break your lease with him. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, what does he rent from you? A house, an apartment?
He actually rents one of my townhomes.
Okay. Can you tell me what happened?
Okay, James has been my tenant for a year and a half. And at the beginning of last month, he decided that he was not going to pay me rent anymore.
And then what happened?
Well, I called him and demanded that he pay me. And he got very aggressive with me and has not paid me any rent since.
Okay, so he owes you for last month's rent and this current month's rent. Is this correct?
Yes, Your Honor. He pays $1,500 a month rent.
Has he always paid his rent in a timely fashion prior to this?
Yes.
Why do you think he stopped paying?
I have no idea. All I know is every time I called him and asked him to pay, he would start yelling and hang up on me.
Mr. Robinson, can you tell me why you're refusing to pay your rent?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, it all started about 5 months ago when the stove broke. I notified Mrs. Kozlowski. She said that she would fix it, but has yet to do it. Then about 2 months ago, I discovered that I have a leak in my home. So again, I notified Mrs. Kozlowski. She said she would fix it. She has yet to do it. So I decided that last month, I told Mrs. Kozlowski that I'm not going to be paying the rent until she fixes all the problems that need to be fixed.
Is all this true, Mrs. Kozlowski?
Of course it's not true, Your Honor. He never told me about any repairs. And of course I would have fixed those things if he had told me. This man is trying to take advantage of me. He will lie and cheat and make any excuse not to pay me.
But you just said prior to 2 months ago, he always paid his rent on time, correct?
Yes, but barely. He would always pay on the last day, and I'd have to chase him down for it.
Those are all lies, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I please approach the bench?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Your Honor, this guy is a thug. Just look at him. He's been trying to take advantage of me since he started renting from me. So who are you going to believe?
Now we're
Me?
deep in courtroom territory, and Lisa's opening statement already shows weakness. She's emotional, inconsistent, and quick to attack character rather than facts. Judges hate that. Meanwhile, James sticks to the timeline. 5 months ago, broken stove. 2 months ago, a leak. Both ignored. If those statements are true and supported by evidence, he's got a solid, constructive eviction argument, meaning the property wasn't fit for living, and withholding rent might be justified. Ask yourself, if you were the judge, who would you trust right now?
I understand, but I have to gather all the evidence and hear both sides before I can render a decision. Do you understand?
But he's a thug. Don't you You've got to side with me. You can't side with a thug like him over a person like me.
Mrs. Kozlowski, if you just allow me to do my job, I assure you everything will be fine.
Okay, but just promise me you're going to side with me, okay?
All right, now you can walk back to your podium, please. Thank you. All right. So, Mr. Robinson, you told me a minute ago that you felt that Mrs. Kozlowski is lying in court. Can you please explain yourself?
Well, actually, Your Honor, before I stopped paying Mrs. Kozlowski, I used to pay my rent on time every month. As a matter of fact, my rent is due on the 1st of every month, and there were occasions where I paid my rent a day or two before that date. Secondly, ever since I told Ms. Kozlowski about my issues that I'm having at my home, she completely ignored me and refused to fix my problems that I'm having at my home.
Well, it seems to me we have two versions of the same story, but I will get to the bottom of this today, I assure you.
Well, clearly we know who's lying.
Mrs. Kozlowski, this is your second warning. Do not interrupt me when I'm speaking.
Sorry.
Mr. Robinson, can you procure any evidence to corroborate your side of the story?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Let me see them. You may approach the bench. Thank you. Okay, you may return to your podium. Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I see here, this is your bank statement, and I see your $1,500 monthly money wire on them.
Yes, and if you can see on the bank statement right there, it says that those deposits were made either on the 1st or a day or two before that.
According to these statements, you are an exemplary tenant. And I see here you also have some pictures.
Yes, Your Honor, those are pictures of the broken stove and also of the leaky roof.
These are all lies, Your Honor. All those pictures are fake.
Mrs. Kozlowski, this is your second warning. Please do not interrupt us while we're speaking.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Continue, Mr. Robinson.
Beside those photos, you can see that I attached some copies of me and Mrs. Kozlowski's conversations over the past 5 months.
Yes, I can see
And
that.
boom, that's the smoking gun. A full trail of text messages confirming that James did report these problems multiple times. This transforms the case entirely. Lisa's immediate reaction? Denial. She calls everything fake. Classic mistake. Once digital evidence hits the courtroom, the smartest move is to clarify, not deny. Because if she's lying under oath, she's committing perjury, and the judge won't hesitate to call her out. This is where small claims cases go from petty to powerful. Lies unravel fast when the truth is
Here they are.
time-stamped.
On June 5th, about 5 months ago, there was a text from you to Mrs. Kozlowski. Hi, Mrs. Kozlowski, my stove stopped working last night. Can you please send someone to fix it? And Mrs. Kozlowski answers, yes, James, I'll send someone over as soon as I can. And then I see another message about 3 weeks later from you to her also. It says, hi, Mrs. Kozlowski, my stove is not working. Could you send someone over to look at it? This is urgent. And Mrs. Kozlowski answers, she says, I told you I would send someone over when I am able to. And then about a month later, there's another message from you to Mrs. Kozlowski. It says, Mrs. Kozlowski, I am still waiting for you to fix my stove. I cannot eat frozen TV dinners. This is urgent. And Mrs. Kozlowski answers, please stop texting me. If you don't stop harassing me about the stove, I won't send anyone. Are we clear? And then it continues, and about 2 months ago, there's another text about the leaky roof, which apparently has not been fixed either. How do you explain yourself, Mrs. Kozlowski?
Well, as I said, Your Honor, these are all lies and fabrications. You can Photoshop anything nowadays.
So you're telling me that the evidence that Mr. Robinson is presenting is false, it's fake?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Mrs. Kozlowski, do you understand you're under oath and lying to a judge? You are liable for a fine and possible jail time. Do you understand this?
Yes, Your Honor.
I can also fact check this very easily. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I will ask you one more time. Is this evidence real or is it
There it is.
photoshopped, as you said?
The collapse. Under pressure, Lisa confesses that the evidence is real. In that moment, her entire defense disintegrates. The judge now sees not just neglect, but deliberate deception. This is what makes courtroom drama so compelling. Not the yelling, but the quiet moments when truth cornered finally surfaces. James remains calm, factual, and respectful, exactly what judges look for. Lisa, however, has crossed into dangerous territory. Lying to the court can mean fines or even jail time, and now the judge is about to make an example of her.
All right, whatever.
Whatever what, Mrs. Kozlowski?
Okay, I admit it. I admit that he's not lying, that all his evidence that he showed you is real.
Okay, good. I see the truth is finally prevailing. Mr. Robinson, can you tell me the approximate price of your sofa?
Well, I purchased it when I first moved in, and it cost about $1,800 plus tax.
This is your typical landlord-tenant argument, or in this case, more like slumlord-tenant argument.
What? How dare you?
Mrs. Kozlowski, I'm warning you again, do not interrupt me when I'm speaking. Mrs. Kozlowski, you are responsible.
And there it is. The gavel drops, and justice is served. The judge rules in favor of James Robinson, ordering the landlord to reimburse him $1,800 for damages and void the rent claim entirely. Lisa's downfall wasn't the broken stove, it was the broken truth. Her arrogance and refusal to fix what was right turned a small dispute into a costly defeat. So what do you think? Was the judge fair? Should tenants withhold rent when repairs are ignored? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life courtroom breakdowns where truth takes the stand.
In this case, more like slumlord-tenant argument.
What? How dare you?
Mrs. Kozlowski, I'm warning you again, do not interrupt me when I'm speaking. Mrs. Kozlowski, you are responsible for all the repairs in the unit. You have failed to do this. You will reimburse Mr. Robinson the $1,800 for the sofa, and for his aggravation and discomfort, he will not be responsible for the $3,000 or the 2 months' rent.
Really? Oh, no.
Failure to comply with this, within 5 business days, you will be remanded to jail in the county facility. This court is adjourned. Have a nice day, everyone.
Oh. Oh.